Let us talk about dynamic data loading using parameters within Power BI. Suppose we have got a folder, and within the folder we have got multiple files. Now the folder is, let's just say, sales folder, and within the sales folder we have got multiple sales files. Sales for 2020, 21, 22, and we do not want to import each file individually. Okay, we just want to import one file. So I will import just one file. This one file I will import for the sales 2020, and then I will use parameters to import 2021, 2022, or even if there are 50 such files or 10 such files, it doesn't matter. I'll be just putting the year parameter, and based on the parameter I'll be fetching the files. Okay, so this is the exercise that we will be doing in this particular video. First thing that I will do is import the first file, that is sales 2020. So I'll open this. I'll click on this table, click on transform data. One thing that I need to change is the date doesn't look good, so I'll just right click and change the type to date. So I've corrected this data type. Second thing that I want to do is I'll just rename this table as 2020, because this table is sales data for 2020. So I've done this. Now I have imported the sales data for 2020. Similarly, I will have to import the data for 2021 and 2022. In general scenario, what you will do, you will import the data for 21 and 22 manually. But because we have this parameters option, we will not do that manually. So how will we do that? Within Power Query, we'll have to click on this manage parameters option. Click on new parameter. Let's just name this parameter as year parameter. You can put a description, but that is optional. Type should be text, and suggested value we will take list of values. Within the list of values we will take 2020, 2021, and then we have the parameter for 2022. We have got the data for these 3 years, so I am putting only 3 parameters. If you have data that belongs to 10 different years, you can put all those parameters in the list of values. Then I want to take a default value. I will take 2020, and the current value, currently the data that I have imported is 2020, so I'll select the same, and then I can click on OK. So now as we can see, we have created the parameter, that is 2020, and we can see the data as well. Okay, if you see the current data, this data belongs to the year 2020. So now we have imported the data for 2020, but let's just say I want to import the data for 2022 using this option. How will I do that? So if you go to this particular file and click on this source option, then you will see a folder path. Now if you have a look at this folder path, this is sales 2020. For the 2021, the only difference was this was 2021, right? If I do that and if I save this, now let's just see if that changes the data that we have. So I'll just go here, and we can see that yes, the data is changed now, and we can see the data that belongs to 2021. So we have done this manually. Okay, what we have done is we have changed this manually, but we do not want to keep changing this manually. So I'll just revert this, and I'll again save this, and now we will see it. We have reverted the data to 2020. We want to use parameter option. How will we do that? So I'll do a very simple thing. I will remove this 2020 and replace this with a year parameter. How will I do that? Okay, I have removed the 2020. Then I need to concatenate this with the year parameter. So how will I do that? After sales, I will put double inverted comma, 2 ampersand, and within these 2 ampersand we have a year parameter. Apart from this, I have not changed anything, so I will hit the enter button, and now let us say that I want to change the parameter to 2022. So I'll select that, and that should change the values to 2022. So as we can see, the values are changed dynamically. I have not done anything else, and I can see that the data source is showing the values that belongs to the sales of 2022. How is that happening, do you think? What I've done is, within this source I have put a year parameter, and within the year parameter I am putting the value 2022. That is why the data source was showing the data for 2022. Similarly, I'll do for 2021. And we can see the data getting updated for 2021. Now if I change the parameter to 20, same thing will happen. The data is reflecting for 2020. So now I hope you understand how do we dynamically update the data source by using the parameter option within the Power BI. So as I told you earlier, when do we use this option? If you have got, let's just say 10 files, 20 files, 30 files, and obviously you cannot keep on importing the data for every single file. That is not a smart option, right? Using this parameter option, all you need to do is keep on updating the parameters, okay, and that will keep on changing the source dynamically. Now after I explain this, you may think that, but why should I use this option? I can easily import the files and I can do that manually. Why do I need to do this? So now this is a very small data set, this has got hardly few rows, but in the real world there would be lot of files. There would be, let's say, 50 files or 20 files, or within the single file also there are millions of rows. Then what will you do? Will you keep on uploading the data? Because that will be very time consuming, that will be hectic, and so in order to save your time and do this in a smart way, we use parameter option. If you upload so many huge files, that will consume the RAM, that will make your report slow because you are importing so much of your data. In this case, we have imported just one file and then we are just putting the parameters. Okay, so these are the reasons we use this particular option. I want you to practice this, and this will surely help, and this is also an important interview question. Okay, thank you so much for watching. Please make sure that you practice this. Thank you so much.